Hey guys, Mike here from Panther Hollow Sporting Optics. I hope this video right here, I hope it finds you well. Well, I got a whole bunch of scopes for me again. This is becoming a norm. I think I'm becoming the defender of the weak. The people that maybe can't see through all the smoke guy. I see through the smoke, okay? I see the BS out there. There's a lot of BS floating around out there, okay? And for those who don't know what BS is, that's bullshit. Okay? I don't want to use things that people don't understand here, okay? So, or verbiage that people don't understand, like maybe somebody else that uses verbiage that's really not his nature, okay? And I'm talking about Rex. If you ever listen to that guy speak, the verbiage that comes out of his mouth, sometimes you're like, what the hell is he even talking about? Like, he pretends he's on this another plane of communication where he tries to talk with hyperbole bullshit, you know, instead of plain words, okay? I understand what he's saying, don't get me wrong. I'm not an ignorant person by no means, but I don't understand people that try to talk in a fashion that's not becoming to their profession, okay? And what I mean by that is, when you're sitting behind a scope and you're giving an opinion about what you see downrange and you're writing numbers on a piece of paper, and I'm going to show you a video here in a second, that is still an opinion. There is no fact base on that, no factual basis on that pen stroke that you put on that piece of paper. There's not. That's still an opinion. It's what you see versus what somebody else sees. Everybody's eyes are different. Now, if your eyes like less expensive Chinese glass, then that's how it is. Then that's congrats. Your eyes like cheap Chinese glass. Okay. The same glass that's in that scope, the Arken scope, and it is a much lower quality than the scope I'm holding in my hand here, which is a Night Force. I'm not brand loyal. Okay. I like scopes that work, period. They have to work first. Hence, if you go back and look at some of my videos, and I had the EPL 4, okay, the EPL line, 100 line of scopes. I was doing a video on those. I actually called Arken and I had an issue with the tracking repeating and a parallax issue, okay? They did not want me to release that video. I found it. I called them. This is how YouTube is supposed to work, or does for some people. It doesn't for me, because if I find something wrong, they send a product that they've looked at, okay? A lot of times, scope manufacturers, depending on who it is, okay, will send you a scope and they've already kind of went through the paces and they know that scope is good because they know that somebody's going to do a video on it. And some of us out here, like me, for example, would be deemed as a loose cannon, okay? You don't know what I'm going to do, right? Because I'm not bought and paid for like some other people out there. Again, this scope versus this scope versus this scope, this is the EP5 Arken 7-35. This is a better scope. It's better than the red line. It's a better scope, okay? Nothing against the red line. I like these scopes. These scopes are all quality controlled. They all get looked at before they're sent out, which is different than these scopes here, which are lot tested. And lot testing means that only a select few out of a few are checked, like 1 out of 100 or 2 out of 50. I don't know what exact numbers is. I just know that every single scope is not hand checked, hand looked at, okay, like these guys are. How do I know these scopes are all looked at? Well, because first off, I know the guy that owns the company. I've never met him personally. I've talked to him on the phone a lot, okay? Great guy. I don't think he would, I think he would try to help you do anything you wanted to, especially if you're starting out doing like selling product, okay? Sam has a great air about him. He's easy to talk to on the phone. A great guy. I like Sam. I've talked to the Arken guys before when I very first started, and they seemed really good. But then you hear some of the stuff that they do, and you're like, I don't know that that's really that cool. Okay, I won't get into that. Anyways, long story short, Redline, okay, is made in China. Arken is made in China. Arken boasts that they have Japanese glass in them. How do you know they have Japanese glass in them? Is it marked somewhere that they have Japanese glass in them? Is there a rule or a law that says that how the thing is made has to be listed 100% accurately on the packaging? I don't know. That's a good question, isn't it? How do you know it's got Japanese glass in it? Can you see the difference? I mean, if this Chinese glass is as good as Rex says it is, or is it Japanese glass? As good as Rex says it is, then why do you not see these in competitions? Why is it Razors and the Zeisses and all the other brand names that cost much more money? Why are they in competitions and these aren't? Why do you not see these on the leaderboard at some PRS matches or NRL matches or F class? Okay, well, first off, this is not an F class scope, but say if it was, okay, I'll just have to have different reticle in it, but say if it was an F class scope, okay, why don't you see these at the top guys shooting these? You ever think about that? Do you think maybe because there's such thing as called an optical advantage? What is an optical advantage? Okay, an optical advantage is where you can see more than the next guy. That's what it means. I can't. Let's see if I can read that. No, I can't read it. Oh, I can read it. No, I can't read it. Oh, I can read it. It's very similar to that. Very similar to that. You look down range. Some scopes you can see good mirage. Some scopes you can't see mirage. Or some scopes won't cut through the mirage, right? Where other scopes will. It's an optical advantage. Now then, what I would like to do is challenge Rex to a scope destruction video. And I can sit here and tell you that I'm 99.99999% sure that he will not accept this challenge. I want to take this scope, which is a Redline, and I want to put it against an EP5, and let's do a side-by-side destruction test. He can make a video, but here's the thing. The same exact scope has to be used each time, and the failure point has to be logged. That's facts. Now then, according to Rex, he has pallets of scopes in his garage. What he told me the last time I talked to him, has pallets of product in his garage. Well, out of all of those pallets of product you have, if you could send me a scope, and I'll do it myself. I don't care about making the money. I just want to see which one wins. And I can tell you straight up, before we even do the test, I'm putting my money right here if I was a betting man, which I don't bet. But if I was betting on which one would win, I would say this one would. This Redline would. Why would I say that? Well, because this scope internally is made better than that scope over there, which is the Arken EP5. It's made better. It's a tougher scope. This is a tougher scope. Glass-wise, okay, this scope is clearer than that scope right there. If you got a buddy, or if you're trying to find an Arken, or if you're trying to find a Redline, which Redlines are out of stock right now because of everything that's going on, they will be in stock later on, again, for sure. I know that. There's stuff that's got to get worked out first. Okay, 125% tariff on stuff coming in the country. Manufacturers are not going to pay that. Hence the issue with me getting scopes right now, because I sell a lot of Chinese scopes. Okay, people like the inexpensive stuff. They want to get something they can just go use that doesn't cost a lot of money. Not very many people are going to go buy a Night Force and put on a hunting rifle. Not very many people do that. The majority of the people are going to buy something that's not quite as expensive. Okay, they're going to throw something on there that works. Okay, I got a lot of Athlons that are made in China, and there are a lot of hunting scopes, and I've killed some great big deer with cheap hunting scopes that work. okay, that work. That's the key fact there, that work. There's some scopes that don't work. Like this scope right here. This is EP4. This is a great scope. If you guys get a chance to buy an EP4 on eBay or something like that, I would not hesitate to buy an EP4 now. You probably won't ever get it replaced, but this scope I've had for several years. I've beat the hell out of it. I've used it. It's had 3 owners. It's came back to me every time that it switched hands. I figured out who had it. I knew the person that had it, and I got it back. It's been on a lot of different guns, and it works. This was back when Arken cared about being Arken. Okay. If you look at some other videos, like I don't know, let's say X-Ring. I said X-Ring. If you look at that video, there's some video. He's doing the DNT, which is basically owned by Arken. That's just a rebranded Arken with a different reticle in it. That's all it is. Okay, the guys that have Arken also have DNT. That's a little bit of privileged information there that I'm throwing out there because it's not so privileged, to be quite honest with you. There's people that are in the know that know, and I know those people. So before too long, Rex will be doing videos on DNT, and he'll be saying, like X-Ring did, oh, buy DNT because it's a better scope, which actually is just a rebranded Arken. I have nothing against Arken, okay? I have nothing against DNT. I have nothing against Rex. I just don't like the bullshit that goes on out there where YouTube has become a shill society, or it really has, a shill society. What is a shill? A shill is a person that makes videos based on profit. Okay, that's what a shill is. And there's a lot of them out there. Windex is one of them. Mountain Mullets is another. There's a lot of guys out there that do that. Now me, I do videos for product. Okay, I don't care if it's a cheap set of rings or an expensive set of rings. If I'm going to do a video on the rings, I get to keep that product. What I find during that process is my opinion, what I think of that product. It's not bought, it's not paid for. It's my opinion on that product, okay? That keeps it clean. There's no code on my videos. If you watch, way back when I did, okay, back when I was, how can I say it, questioning how I was going to run this channel, hence my viewers. I've got a lot of viewers, but I have a lot of subscribers. Some people like me, some people don't. It is what it is. I don't make a lot of money on YouTube, but I base this channel on the truth, on what I see, what I feel, what I want to do, okay? Other people base their videos on how much money do they get to make the video. That sways their opinion, and that is the truth, okay? So you can watch shields out here and believe what they're saying, or you can believe the guys that actually do videos for the content of which YouTube was created, which for guys like you to come and watch and say, okay, well, that's a good deal. Or, oh man, I probably want to stay away from that product, okay? So let's get back to business here. Redline. This scope was sent to me by Sam, the owner of Redline, to destroy. Sam got in contact with me via another person that I know. Asked me to do a video on his product. I did. And I liked his product. I really liked it. I talked to him again on the phone. I said, man, you got a great product there. I really like how it's made. I really like how it functions. I like everything about it. Now, I can't change the fact that this steel is made in China, okay? And these are made in China, okay? The EP5s are made in China. What you can understand is that you spend more money, you put more money in your product, you get more out, okay? This has lock rings where the Arkens do not have lock rings. They're glued-in lenses, which tells me that they're throwaway scopes. These scopes here are made to work on. You can take them apart, you can work on them. Those you cannot, because things are glued in place. Okay, you'd have to heat the glue up to remove the lens, blah, blah, blah. It's a cheaper way of doing things. Okay, glue costs much less than machining the inside of the scope for a lock ring. It's that simple, okay? Now then, getting back to it, Rex. Would you like to do a video of destroying a couple scopes? Your answer is going to be no, you wouldn't like to do that. Why? Because your product's going to fail where mine is not going to fail. How do I know that? I know that because this scope is made better than this scope over here. I know that for a fact. Now then, if you'd like to send me a scope, which you won't do, I will take this scope and the scope you send me, because my channel is not sponsored by anybody. It's sponsored by me, Mike Cornelison, Panther Hollow Sporting Optics. Sporting Optics, me, okay? I sponsor myself. I'll take this scope and that scope and I'll do a side-by-side destruction test on the scopes. Guys, I'm telling you, that sounds really cool, really fun, but there won't only be one participant, and that's me. I'm throwing the video out here for a challenge. Maybe if I keep ragging on about it, he'll do it, but I doubt it. I really doubt that he'll even, I don't even know if he'll make a comment about it, because Rex is not a confrontational kind of guy. Well, maybe he is, because he made a rebuttal video on all the haters of his videos saying stuff because they didn't want him making money. How'd you like that? I don't care if you make money or not. I mean, I like for you to make money. Everybody needs to make money or you wouldn't have what you have, right? I mean, you need to do that. But to boldface tell somebody that when you're looking at something that is fact and not opinion is bullshit. When you're sitting there striking that piece of paper with a pen, that's your opinion. That's not fact, partner. It's not. And Rex, I love you, dude. You're a Christian brother. I love you. But seriously, if you want to get some jump back in your step here, let's do a challenge video. Let's do something fun rather than sitting there drinking some wine and talking about bullshit. Let's make an actual video about actual product side by side. Let's put them through the steps and see what happens. I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to show you his video. Stand by.
Here. Today we're going to compare the Arken 7 to 35 by 56 rifle scope, which comes in at under $1,000, with the Schmidt & Bender PM2 5 to 25 by 56 powder scope. We're going to see which scope has better optical clarity. The Schmidt & Bender PM2 has long been the world standard of optical clarity and has been one of the most widely issued sniper scopes in the world, coming in at $4,000. This is a great control to compare and contrast the optical resolution of new optics coming on the market. Let's see how the new Arken EP5 does against this old battle axe. This is the old American Precision Arms in 260 Genesis rifle. This is still probably my most accurate rifle I have.
To shoot one
There's some
troops,
close
200
second
yards.
place rifles. This thing's incredibly accurate.
Absolutely.
It's very, very nice. Very, very, very good
But
shooting
it's a
rifle.
ass
And this
spanker.
is the old PM2 5 to 25 with the tall design turrets with the tactile indicator that pops up. This is my 375 Chi-Tac.
Yes.
And we got doped to 3,500.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And we have the Schmidt & Bender PM2 here. This is the double turn model that has the indicators in the windows that pop yellow.
That's a really nice
when you
scope
get your
right
double
there.
turn. You guys want to see? Well, anyhow, let me get
There's
back
no
up to the
way
regular.
the Arken lives up to that
So
scope
watch as
right
we
there.
crank up.
No way.
We're right
You
with
can hear the
sunlight.
quality in that right there.
Oh, see the windows? They turned yellow.
Yeah.
They're not yellow, now they are yellow.
Oh, sick.
They're reflective yellow. When you get into your second turn, then you read your yellow numbers.
A lot of
Pretty
money
cool
went into
design.
those turrets right
I think
there,
that's
boys.
smart. And this is the optic I had on my 338 for a long time. The Surgeon that I did the beer can shot
So,
with
I'm
that
gonna-
one time, if you guys remember, right?
Yeah, which is bullshit.
And,
I bet you done it like 6 times before we
We
got on
have
video.
here the
Let's go right here.
Arken.
Let's go right here.
There's all sorts of like distortions and other effects that would noise up the test. We do have mirage at the distance we're looking at a little bit. You're getting an average.
And here we go right here. This is an opinion. This is not fact. It's based off his eyesight and nobody else's. Again, guys, you can watch the full video, but you get the gist of what I'm saying here. All he's doing is writing down numbers based on what he sees, which still is opinion. It's not fact-based, that's opinion-based. Okay? You get the point. I don't want to hammer it in like I'm being some kind of asshole, but here's the deal. That's still an opinion. It's not fact.
Wow. Where's the Schmidt? Right over here, right?
Okay. That's enough of the BS. Let's go down here and let's look at the rest of it here.
Imported from
Phone catch up.
Compact and
Get past
perfect
the
for the
commercial
hobbyist
here.
metalworker. The new Grizzly G099.
price increase happening on most optics now. They're imported from abroad. Unfortunately, the United States still doesn't make glass. We have a couple companies like US Optics, which I'd love to get a hold of one of their newer models. I haven't seen the newer ones really yet to see how they work. They're over 51% American made, but the glass, nobody makes glass here. They're still getting glass from elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of in the same boat to pick which country you want to import a scope from, but the Arken is by far, like in terms of value, still I can't find a deal better than that in terms of the performance you get. Now I know I have my political ideals as well. Just like Smith & Wesson builds a great double action revolver, there's companies that politically, not my favorite, but Arken actually has always been real cool. Like the guys that run Arken are top-notch dudes, and I don't have any problem with them either. So another reason why you can actually sustain a series of Arken scopes on a number of rifles and have that be your scope across the board on all your stuff, which is highly advantageous in terms of logistical compatibility, maintenance, etc. Because you have
logistical compatibility
optics. One system that works well, and it's a scope.
Why would you just say one system that works well across several rifles? Okay, so they're all the same.
Unless you're like Elon Musk or Bill Gates or one of those guys. Yeah. Maybe you can afford Schmidt benders on everything.
Oh man, I must be Elon Musk.
So, that's.
It's not that I can afford it. I just have a lot of skill.
To do a side-by-side comparison with the Schmidt. I honestly thought the Schmidt was going to perform better, and it didn't. The other one performed way worse. I did not include those numbers.
Yeah.
Because I think it's broke.
Yeah.
Which, that's another data point. The Schmidt broke. Arken didn't break.
Oh, shit.
So, I don't know. I didn't do anything to that. Man.
Yeah. That's bullshit. I'm tired of hearing that. So, you get the gist of it, guys. There's another video after this that he does some crybabying about people making bad comments or whatever, and how he takes that and uses it in his classes about making fun of people that make fun of him. Well, maybe he'll use me as an example in a class, but what I'm hoping is that this video generates a talking point between us where he actually is willing to take one of his scopes and do a destruction test compared to this scope right here, the red line. That's all I want to do. It's a challenge video. I'm challenging Rex to a destruction video. If he wants to send me a scope, which he has pallets of them in his garage, send me a scope and I will test it against this scope right here, which is marked. I do honest videos. I don't spread around bullshit. Okay, I don't say anything that's not factual. This scope is better made than this scope right here. Okay, it is. It's a better made scope, and I'm willing to prove that on video. But going back to what I stated earlier, I can 100% tell you that I very highly doubt, with a 99.9% sure, that he will not send me a scope, or there will be nothing done about basically what I'm saying. Okay, so because first off, they know I'm telling the truth. That's the That's the downfall to all this, is because I'm being truthful, telling you guys the truth about what's going on here. I'm not sitting here making up some bullshit or writing down anything that's my opinion on a piece of paper. I do give opinions, but I tell you that's my opinion. I'm not sitting there saying that pen stroke is factual, scientific proof that this is better than another. That's still bullshit, guys. All right, time to wrap it up here. Stand by. All right, looks like my camera's a little crooked. We're gonna have to live with that for right now. Get back to it, guys. This is a challenge video to Rex, to all the shields out there. Windex, X-Ring, X-Ring is now saying that, DNT is better than Arken. DNT is the same company as Arken. The Arken guys have financially invested in DNT, okay? It doesn't matter how I know that. I just know that that's true. There's no BS about that. I'm not out here spreading bullshit, okay? I'm telling you how it is. This is the facts. A lot of people don't like these videos. They think that I'm being a cruel person or whatever. I have nothing against anybody making money. That's what makes these channels run. I finance my own stuff. I have done that for a long time. I quit destroying stuff on video because it got expensive. The reason I'm asking for a scope from Rex is because he has pallets of them sitting in his garage. I've said that like 6 times now because I couldn't believe that to be true. I would like to see pictures of pallets of scopes sitting in his garage. And also, if there is that many scopes sitting in his garage, he could afford, or they could afford to send me one to do a destruction test against this one, which they will not do. And I guarantee he won't take me up on the video either because he's a shill. He's a shill, he is, for sure. Anybody that says, oh, by the way, go check out my code at the end of my video so I can get proceeds from the sales of these scopes. That is a bought and paid for commercial, guys. It is. I can see the numbers. I can't see the numbers. I can see the numbers. I can't see the numbers. You understand what I'm saying? Rex, that was for you. That was pretty deep. Maybe you can understand that with your hyperbole. Okay? Stuff that you spout. But again, I have nothing against Rex. He's a Christian brother. I like him. I just don't like the stuff that he does. And the cool thing about the United States of America is free speech. My speech is free. His speech is free. You can say pretty much whatever you want to say. There's some stuff you might get in trouble for, maybe, that you may not want to say. But for the most part, you can say whatever you want to. You can say it, but there are consequences to saying certain things, okay? That's all, whatever. But, again, all these scopes are set out here because I'm trying to show you that I have experience with these scopes. Night Force, okay? A couple Night Force here on the table. Got Athlon, got the Arken. We got another Athlon. We got Redline. That's the reason I set these out here, is because I'm showing you that I have experience with these scopes, okay? I have a educated opinion about that. That's all it is, okay? Guys, until the next one, which I'm going to start destroying this scope because I won't get a reply from Rex. I'm going to actually text him. Actually, let's see. Let's do that on video. I'm going to text him on video here. Okay, we can see what that says here. Hey, dude, just made fun of you in a video. Please watch it and let me know what you think. Panther Hollow. Okay? I'm going to say it will post later today. There we go. Can everybody see that? There it goes. I just sent it to him. Okay. Now, he's going to read that. Hopefully I'll get a response, and we'll go from there. Guys, have a great one. This is going to be fun. If he responds, it'll be a great video. If he sends me a scope, or maybe he wants to do a side-by-side and do what I do, I don't know. But the thing is, you got to be honest about it. He knows that. We know that. You got to be honest about it. We'll figure out a way to mark the scopes, and we'll make it fair. This is Mike from Panther Hollow. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Press that button down there and subscribe. I want to get 5,000 viewers here before too long, or 5,000 subscribers. Videos like this are fun. It's fun for me. I like making fun of people. I hope people like making fun of me. I take it well. Actually, I like it. It doesn't bother me a bit. I think it's fun, camaraderie. There are some people that are kind of nasty, which, you know, it is what it is. Everybody has their own opinion. But it's a fun thing. Have a good one. Bye.